Welcome to Tower Gardening Made Easy, and I'm Sherry. If you're new here, make sure you tap that button below and continue to grow our community. Okay, welcome back. So this was all over social media, and this was all over the news. Once again, we have another recall, and this one was at Walmart. So this comment was, check your fridge. Celery sticks sold at Walmart. They were recalled because of a potential listeria contamination. Well, I'm not going to get into the science of what listeria is, but clearly it's not good, and it's pulled from the Walmart shelves. This isn't just one. There are a lot of recalls, and I love the comment down below where someone says, why are people still shopping at the stores? Why aren't they just buying paper products and cleaning supplies? Well, she's got a really good point. So part of what we do as gardeners is we're growing our own produce. And whether you're soil-based or you're growing hydroponically or aeroponically, it's safer and it's healthier because we're not putting herbicides, pesticides, or any type of chemicals on the food. But let me just paint a picture for you. So food is grown all over the world, and I'm going to go at it from a different angle. So many years ago, I worked in Boston on Albany Street, which was the flower market. Now, the flower market is very similar to the produce market. So let me just paint you a real big picture here. In this building, it was the size of a football field, and they were little bays that people owned. And so what they were wholesalers. And so the florists like me would go in there and purchase their flowers for their week or a few days or whatever they were doing. But these flowers were grown all over the world. And so the people from each bay would then go to, say, Logan or Providence or wherever they were flown into. And they would pick them up in their refrigerated trucks. They would bring them back to Albany Street. And then they would stack them in the warehouses, in their bays that were big, huge refrigeration compartments. Now, the produce is similar. It's the same thing. They're flying into a hub. Then the wholesalers go and they pick what they want, whether it's celery, peppers, all the fruits, anything. They go and they pick it up and then they bring it back to their place. Now, Walmart has hubs everywhere. So does the big box stores like the Costco's and the BJ's and other big grocery stores around here. We've got Stop and Shop and Whole Foods, places like that. So they go and then they put it out on their store shelves for retail. The process from start to finish is very complicated. And by the time it gets to your cart, you're so busy because as in a society here, at least in America, we are a hurry up and wait, which means get out of the car, get the kids, get in the grocery store. And we're, going down the aisles as fast as we possibly can, throwing stuff into our cart, not looking at labels, not looking at what we're buying. It's just, I don't have a lot of time. I need to feed my family and I got to get home or get back to work or whatever you're doing. But I think that this recall and all of the recalls I'm going to show you in a minute, I think it's cause for a pause. And what I mean by that is before you put something in your cart, especially if it's produce or vegetables or even meat or dairy, look at the labels. It's so important. Know where it's being grown. Now, but what I'm simply saying is that not all your food is grown in the U.S. So my challenge to you as maybe a small gardener is to have one thing in your backyard. Maybe it's soil-based, or you have one tower and you're growing variety of things on that tower. But really start to form a pattern where you're growing some of your own food. And so picture down below of the celery is my celery. So when I saw this recall come through, I was saying, well, I don't buy celery anymore. I just clip it off of my tower. And then because of the recall, I've actually thought about maybe I should plant some more and put it onto the top of another tower that I have, just so I make sure that I have enough. Now, I'm sure that the celery is going to be fine in a week or two when they replenish it, but how did it get there? And why did they recall it? And how many people did it actually make into their fridge that they didn't see and they ate it and they got sick? So my challenge to you really is to start to grow your own produce. one container at a time, one tower at a time, but keep your family safe. Now I'm going to go into the next screen, which is I dug deep into this, and I'm going to show you what's been recalled for produce over the past year. And that's only 12 months. And honestly, it's really scary. Okay, so stay safe, grow your own on a tower, on a container, in a container, I should say. So these are the recalls over the past 12 months. So we've got, let's dive into it here. Market side broccoli florets. Again, Walmart, big box store. And so this is their second one. Okay, and we'll get down the list. Maybe there's more. We know about the celery. Here's the next one. Fresh cucumbers, bell peppers, parsley, cilantro, jalapenos, another tomato. Walmart. Do we see a pattern here? Kroger's, another big box store. They're all over the place. I think they're nationwide. So again, it's coming from a packing place, and then it's being distributed into these, think about it, remember what I just said, these big, wholesale places, which then are distributed into retail. And we're buying them as consumers and getting sick. Problem. Big problem. So this is the next one, really got me. Bunny Love organic carrots. Let's stop at the word organic, because organic is supposed to be grown separately than other vegetables. It's supposed to have certain guidelines to it. And there shouldn't be a recall ever on organic, because they're not using pesticides, they're not using herbicides, and they're supposedly not using chemicals. That's why it's organic. So, Bunny Love organic carrots, I think they have some explaining to do. All right, let's see. American Slicer cucumbers, various retailers. So that means they're everywhere. So how do we know? How do we know to look for if it's being recalled? So, all right, let's get to the next one. Organic, here we go. Organic, whole and baby carrots. Walmart, Target, Whole Foods. Whole Foods is supposed to be top of the chain in terms of healthy food, kind of farm to table, if you will. But is it? Trader Joe's. Honestly, I can say that I don't ever shop at Trader Joe's, because out of all the recalls, they have the most, other than Walmart, apparently. Let's see, vegetable medley, carrots, broccoli, cauliflower. Walmart. Again, there's a trend. Albert's Organics. So there's a grocery store that supposedly focuses on only organics, and there's a recall. They should have stricter guidelines. So do you really know what's in your grocery cart? Are we looking at labels, people? Sprouts. Those can be grown in a jar. It's just astounding how our food industry is so unsafe. I am so happy that I have 9 towers in my basement, and I'm looking forward to doing some soil-based gardening in my backyard in a few months. So yeah, we got more. Fresh vegetables, green beans, zucchini, cilantro, bell peppers. Walmart. I think that they need to go back to the drawing board and really look at how their distribution is dealing with their food. So the last one is the kicker. Now listen, we all imbibe a little bit into McDonald's. It's not healthy for us as Americans and other places in the world, and we know this, and they know it. But then there's the double whammy. This was in the news. The quarter pounder with cheese. And now they added raw onions to it, and it got recalled. So if they're not trying to kill you with their food, they're going to kill you with their raw onions. So again, just please, people, read the labels and be very wary of what you're putting in your grocery cart.